The paperwork is on.
I apologize to everybody, this might be a bumpy road. Alright. Is Cindy here?
She is in work.
Oh, that's a good excuse, I guess. Oh, I hear a door.
Just kidding, she's here.
I was gonna say, that's what I saw you said.
Maybe she's missing. Are you missing the next meeting?
That was a pretty trip.
Next.
I was like, well, that's those. There we go. Everybody's sitting there. Wow.
We call when they're supposed to be.
Huh?
And we call when they're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. We thought you were in Europe.
No, Sunday. So is that for me? Need to take the roll, please.
Jim Eaton, here, Mark Reynolds,
Here.
Frank Danzer,
Here.
Bob Hamilton,
Here.
Cindy Nealon, here, Sean Platt,
Here.
yes.
Here.
Keith, you're not on. Okay,
Show
oh,
me under
alternate, you are on there, sorry. They changed the layout.
Yeah. Okay, can we get approval of the agenda? Yeah, I would move that we approve the agenda.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and audience business, is everyone here on the agenda tonight or? Okay, we're good. Minutes approval for March 12th, don't we want to do that last?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So Laura Landrum, 303 Taos.
Yep.
Come on up, at least sit on the front row there. Okay.
I have to really include myself in this one.
Oh, okay. And please state your name, the address of your property, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Okay, it's, my name is Laura Landrum. And the address of the property is 303 Taos Street, it's the intersection of 30 Taos. And we would like to add a second bathroom to it, specifically on the second floor. And, I noticed in your drawings that I think another person has a. After me, they have drawings where you can actually, I tried to do, I don't know if you want a little presentation, I tried to do some of the drawing over the house, so you can actually see the view, but it's a dormer style bathroom on the second floor. On the east side of the house, back on the, like, about 2/3 of the way back. On the house, away from the street, east side. A dormer style bathroom. It's additional hot out bathroom.
Okay. That's on the north side
North side of Cleveland Mountains.
of the house. North is that way. Keisha,
Yes.
I don't have documents.
You do not have the materials.
I don't have the decision form or the COA. This is all I have. There's your COA.
Are you saying, saying if you have additional drawings?
What was, I'm hard of hearing, so.
Were you saying you have additional drawings or?
They're the same drawings as those, but I did, I
Oh, this was.
played around on the presentation, but put them over a photograph. But they're the same drawings, they're no different than one out there. And I think we also provided the
Okay, thank you.
rear and the front view of the house. So the one that is straight onto the house, I'm not sure how much of it you would be able to see from that. A little bit you see more if we were stepping to the right. And then the one with the shed style roof is from our backyard. Looking at the house. I believe that's towards the south.
Yes.
so the addition's on the north side. The addition's on the north side with the purple house.
Yeah, so wait a minute, I think
Cause
that's
the
the
purple
east
house
side.
is to your
No,
north.
it's the.
Yes,
north.
yes, that's
Okay.
the purple house, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple house is to your north.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So between our house and the purple house.
Right. You're doing what lots of people do.
What is that?
Like you zoom east is that way, cause
Yeah.
the highway goes that way?
Right, so the
It's
east
north.
side of the house is where the addition would go.
No,
No,
that's
that's
on
north
the
side.
north side of
North,
your
yeah.
house.
East towards
Thank you.
Sunset.
East is
East
over
is that way.
there.
That way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
East is that way.
North side of the house, I mean,
Yes.
the house is not exactly north side.
No,
I know.
everybody
Okay.
does it. It's,
The purple house side of the house,
There you go.
yes, that way. It's the best bet in Georgia.
not towards either Third or Tower.
Yeah, which way is north is the best bet in Georgia.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Most visitors will do exactly what you just did. They'll say it's that way. That's west. Okay, what have we got here? Let's got, where's my agenda? I wrote things down. It's book 2, page 89, additions.
I have a section as well.
87.
87.
Well, that's an item. Your work is different. You have the, the Neely one.
No, I don't think so.
I have one of those too.
New additions.
I had dormer, roofing dormer additions,
Yeah, that's on the.
it's on 89, yes, that's. Right. But just additions is. Oh,
So that's page 89, book 2. Chapter, it's section 3, it's chapter 9. Section 3, roof and dormer addition. A1, roof addition should be in character with the primary style of the building, which it is.
And it's back from the primary facade.
Should be kept minimum, which it's definitely not it's not a shed dormer, it's just a pump out. A2 gable dormers are appropriate. And B1, the new dormer should be lower than the primary ridge line and set in from the eave.
Which it is, well, according to this,
Yeah,
according to.
well, it comes out to the eave, but it's lower ridge line.
Yeah. Okay. That's the.
But I mean, technically, I mean, it is technically in the eave.
Yeah, you can go to there's a roof across the bottom. It's just a little short road.
Yeah, it's much you can do. It's basically in line with the wall below
Yeah.
the eave. I think that's it.
Window top.
All right.
We also put do the new addition if you want. But it's not a full addition, so.
And you have a.
Well, I guess the window looks like it, you know, it lines up, it matches it. The style matches what's,
What type of window is
the
it?
outflow of the house.
It's a little shorter. Like what you.
Yeah.
Martin speed in the window.
Is it a double hung, just
What was that?
one pane over one pane, or is this a,
It looks like a double hung.
on the window? Yeah, it's a double hung.
Yeah, looks like on the elevation.
Yeah.
It just looks.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the siding will be the same as the siding.
Yeah, the same siding, the same color of paint and
And,
then.
and the trim will be, nice full trim like the rest of the house, that's a trim.
So the same layout with the, everybody, yes.
So it look like it belongs to the house.
Is it gonna be wood siding or hardy siding?
That's wood on it right now, the old wood siding.
Okay, I have a note here that says hard siding.
Okay.
That's why I was wondering, it's different than what the plan said.
That's fine, that's what's, well, I called Dwayne when I submitted it and he said, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or I wrote down what he said.
Yeah.
It should match the materials on the house.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically wood left side to match the house,
Yeah,
what the drawing says.
And so, wood window with aluminum clad? Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna plan on.
Okay.
We haven't ordered that yet, but
yeah,
I'm just reading my note.
yeah.
and I'm Alex. I work with Dwayne and I'm on the planning commission as well. I've met a handful of you, but you know, I've not, so. Just,
Alex is also working on Foster's Place right now.
Oh, yeah.
Working with Boston, awesome, one little project.
Yes, it needs help.
Yeah, chipping away at it.
Yeah. Does need help, thank you.
We will have siding for materials, we just specify to match. Existing.
Well, if we consider it an addition, which it is at some level. The siding would be page 88D, the materials for an addition should be similar to that of the primary structure, and yes, they are the same. And that they match the lap dimensions, finishing and materials, and yes. That's what they're doing.
Anything else?
I think so.
Shingles? Shingles?
Hmm?
Shingles, roofing?
So to match, I don't know, match whatever you're asking.
True, that's the house.
Do I have a motion?
And we be, approved with sidings.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
I abstained, Mark.
Okay. Good, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'll start tearing. Wait. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You might want one of these, but.
Okay. Say
Yeah.
They might want one of those to just to have it. That's
This
your
would be,
parking
yeah,
lot form.
they use the historic information of the.
All right, great, yeah,
But
that
it's-
would have to start for this, first.
For the next application, Tom Peterson sent an updated map with, or site plan with an overlay, certain information like setbacks. So if you wanted me to print that for you, and you all know Ken Crosby. He's the contractor on this project, he is not able to make it tonight.
Okay.
No, I book free code sign the phone.
Well.
That ready to As I see it, this is a an extension of the, deck that exists with the material, basically the material that are on the existing deck. Yes?
Yes.
So. This is a minor project.
It looks like they're replacing all of the railing.
What?
Yeah, it looks like they're replacing all of the railing.
Okay, they're replacing
I
all
don't
the
know.
railing?
If you look at this.
Are they replacing it with a different railing?
That's what it just says.
Hmm, if you
So,
look at this one, it says.
The elevation chart.
so book 3, page.
Um, 94,
I do not. Yeah, every elevation shows that it's.
The ones with the photo show it's all new, the ones that are presented show it's not on them.
and they're replacing the deck. New deck, fresh decking, it matches the existing, but. Is this a total replacement of the railing or is it just an addition? What did you guys say?
Well, it says new railing, existing deck, new railing on the south elevation. On depth sheet 3.
And the rail is new.
Yeah, I don't think we just see it. Yeah, it says new guardrail.
On the existing deck.
What's on there now?
It's just wood railing.
Old ones.
No, there's the existing.
You know, it's just wood. I might be on the affairs with finishing.
Oh,
The existing deck is staying, but the rail is new, I think.
Yes,
Yeah, it's started rails.
with new.
No, it's more consistent.
the new deck, the new extension of the deck will have track decking like the rest of the deck. Okay. But this is, putting a metal deck across the front of the house.
Yeah, new rail system.
But when I look at the front of the house, are they redoing the whole thing?
Well,
It looks like.
Yes, replace guardrails with the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
the whole thing.
you're taking off a wooden and putting a metal deck in.
Yeah. So basically it's deck extension and replacing all the railing.
Yeah, replace the guardrail with the whole thing. So it's basically replacing the whole, you're not replacing the deck, you're replacing the entire rail. It's about-
Yeah, that's all.
Well, and that's where the question is, actually. Because, in page 94A, a porch or balcony or deck should use similar materials to that primary structure. That's the real question here, everything else, and the size and the style is the same size. So,
Are we in book 3?
What?
Are we in book 3?
Yes.
Yeah, we're in book
Because it's
3.
not a historic house, so.
No, but they're still saying a porch or a deck should use similar materials to that of the primary deck. So I think the question here is the material. Not the location or the size or.
Yeah, and you know, we also have that discussion like with fences about maintenance and this will look better way longer. Just to,
I'm just
yeah.
bringing up that
Yeah.
that's what that says,
Yeah,
so
no,
that is.
I understand. We've kind of made this case for newer or different materials.
Yeah, I mean, materials on, what's the, page 5. the materials, the stuff that we could add existing. And then all new metal. Packaging and railing.
So, but appearance wise, that's a very different appearance than.
Well, that's all gonna be gone. He's gonna tear it all the way out. So,
Yeah, all gone.
Yes, exactly, and which will give the house a very different appearance than it has now.
Black,
I'm not arguing that it shouldn't happen,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying,
black instead of brown.
yes.
And it'll be a black color.
I'm not saying that I accept it. We shouldn't say this, I just want us to know what we're saying yes to.
it won't look as massive.
That's true.
I think it's better.
Much more visible, actually, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see the house better.
Clear looking. Good.
Yeah, and if that's a wood railing, it's gotta be a maintenance nightmare.
Yep.
We have our savings.
Yeah.
On the size on that page, A1, the size and style of the porch property that should relate to the overall size and style of the primary structure, which it does. A3 does not encroach upon significant open spaces. Now, the only question with A2,
You want something on, railings, handrails,
Okay.
page 81,
where are you?
81.
81, book. Book 3, chapter 11, or no, yeah, chapter 11, page 80. Handrails are I, handrails at ramps, walkways, steps, decks, or patios should be designed to be compatible with the primary structure. And I1, appropriate materials are painted wood, non-reflected, painted, black and finished metal.
Right, okay, so you got a possibly, yes,
That's the one at A1.
yeah.
I want it.
Wait for motion.
Yes, please.
I know that we approve the additional deck circuits and replacement of the handrail on 2101 Clear Creek Drive. As proposed.
Go here second.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
I just make sure, I technically can't vote this one.
Not tonight.
I don't know.
No, you can.
Oh, really?
We're missing a chair. Betsy is not here, so.
Oh,
So you're
that's
asking us an alternate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I thought maybe you.
So
Yeah, this is no light, right?
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm building the rules correct.
That's right. Okay.
Yes, so.
I like that.
All right, next.
The next thing on the agenda is not section 106 or review.
It is. They're getting a grant through the federal government, so they do fall under section 106 review.
Okay, that's not what any of this documentation says.
The full application in front of you, I think we want all of it, so.
Because section 106, we have to send a letter to the state historic preservation office that we have done the section 106. So we need a cover that goes on a section 106. Because at this point, this is a request from the division of DRMS, Division of Reclamation, Mining and Safety of the state of Colorado. It's a request to the town for permission to close the Ponderosa mine, which I can't find. And I'm fascinated by it because the town of Georgetown does not own mining claims. It owns a lot of property out there, but it doesn't own mining claims. So I'm really trying to figure out who owns the Ponderosa, and I didn't have enough time tonight to to,
I tried looking it up, I couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it either.
So it's
I
just
tried
not-
it.
This isn't over the
No,
pond.
it's not the Ponderosa mine.
It's a mine opening on one of the town properties, it's not a mine claim. I found it at one point, but I don't remember where it is.
Because I couldn't find it anywhere.
But, so they are asking us for that, but they're asking you for a section 106 review,
Then
they're
we-
able to list.
Then we need a section 106 request.
What does that look like? No one ever submitted like a specific
Oh,
form. This
yes,
is all-
they submit a packet that says this is what you know. And within 45 days, you get to comment on this and it's certified local company is supposed to come. Because when I looked at this is a request to the town for permission to close a mine that we don't quite know where it is.
They're closing a lot of mines. and-
I don't understand that, that's what Jeremy Renke does.
There are only 2 on the list though.
What?
There's only 2 on the list,
Yes, it's-
so that would.
well, actually, he's got 9 on this whole list.
Well, 2 in our area,
Yeah.
the
in
others
our-
are elsewhere.
Yeah,
in Clear
yeah,
Creek.
no, I mean,
I think underneath Jones Path there, Brent, there's another, there's been 2 of the full packet.
Oh, okay.
Except 106.
no. But, because we do have to have 106 procedure here. And so we,
Okay, I don't know what that is, because I've
I've
only
been
been
through a few of them, so.
there's no like paperwork that I've been given, other, she's like random. Like-
Yeah, it's got like 7 or 8, 10, 12 questions that we go through.
And we do then have to indicate that we have done the review and send it to the state. So if this is the application for it, is it? Is that
I
what
asked for
constitutes-
section 106 packet, and that is the packet that they sent me, so. The full packet,
That's the full packet.
yes.
Huh. Because we do a 106 review in order to inform the state historic preservation officer, who is the one who essentially says, yes, you can go ahead on what our opinion is.
They
And
did apologize because they forgot to do the section 106 review and it moved pretty far along this project, and then we're notified they have to come talk to us.
yeah, well, I'm sort of not worried about what Jeremy wants to close, but I am concerned that we get our procedure on 106 just right. And I assume that the town has signed the landowner thing and sent it back to him.
We have not yet.
That's all right. That's all right.
We wanted
Certainly
to.
no. Oh, this is one of Bonnie's. So. Well, I'm not sure that if there's a process that. It should tell us where the thing is, but
It was all maps and stuff like this.
yeah. There's the standard thing that says, you know, this project is. Whatever, funded by X, yeah, federal, indicating the federal connection. And a standard thing that we signed to the states indicated that we have reviewed it and.
All the ones that I've participated in, we just sent a letter that we wrote, so I have not filled out a form.
Yeah, it counts that we have seen it and we've done it, and but we send it to them. And this is a lovely view of all the sites. I have that, we are on the city. No, this is that's an advisory thing to of the commission. Okay. But yes, who are readdressing that reference? Not DRM. But they don't care what our opinion is. We're addressing it too. It's a whole cultural resource inventory. I think in our file someplace we can find our 106 review. But we need one. I mean, I understand they need one. So who sent this to us? The DRNS sent this. Um. No. What do we do with this? See what we've got in our own stuff about doing 106s. That's our 106. And you sort of those local government impacts. And it's like, see if it's happens.
Sean, have you been looking next time? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God. Well, she just asked me to come keep an eye if you need anything or if there's a problem to let her know. So unless you say something, I'm not gonna be over there. Have you heard anything? It's been a couple of times.
Okay, it doesn't have a form, it just has the,
Something that would be about something now.
And there's that one.
the head of any federal agency having the directive over a proposed federal project. What is the federal agency in this, do you know?
No, she said it on the phone, but I don't know. Aaron Mortensen is the contact. And according to the letter, there are 16 historical mind users on private land associated with this project.
But if you're on private land,
You said you put up how?
Some of them are, it's Clear Creek, Gilpin County, Colorado.
because
One
what
of these is, it does say, it's the summary and recommendations page if you like to.
yeah, yeah. But what I'm saying is that what would normally happen is that we would get a cover letter that says this beautifully written up project. And it's solidly written up. This beautifully written up is funded by XXX federal agency, which requires a section 106. It comes with a cover letter. And you have so many days in which to respond. And you respond to the state historic preservation office because what they basically have to do is get a permission from them. It's not permission from us that they really need, it's the permission from the state. But as a certified local government, they are required to also add, it's missing its cover sheet.
And we'll request a cover sheet next time.
The interesting part of this is that we can't figure out where we are.
You wanna see photos of it?
What?
I've got photos of them, cause I went up there and took photos.
Do you know where the Ponderosa is?
I know where the two that were on this application are, it's not a Ponderosa. Is there?
Because what they're saying is they want, I mean, I can see.
The Ponderosa is the whole project name. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
the,
just, I mean, it looks like there are multiple sites.
yeah, there's multiple sites, the project name is
It's not just a
Ponderosa.
specific site.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense, but then it's not on Georgetown property necessarily.
Within the historic district.
Yeah, the two in this area are in the historic district. There's a lot more by Idaho Springs in this
Table
project.
4, it says that all of these listed ones here are, National Register.
On National Register.
But only two are in our area, the rest are near Idaho
These
Springs.
two in this other table are the ones that are required by Georgetown.
124 and 25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, because they're asking the town. I think this is their problem, no. It's not. They're asking the town to sign off
as a landowner.
And for consent of right of entry on the back of this. As a consent of right of entry for reclamation activities. Now, that's not something we can grant. I
Yeah,
mean,
that is a separate permit that we are dealing with.
yes, yeah, that's totally separate. So this form isn't us, but they're saying the town owns CCC 124 and CCC 125.
25.
You got pictures of those, Brad?
Yeah, it was those.
Of 124 and 125?
Yeah.
Can you tell where they're at?
Right up there. There's pictures of,
That one is the.
there's pictures of,
Okay, I saw that in here. Okay.
no, those I took them.
Yeah, the 106 is only required to address, so they have something they can give to
And
the.
if you click on audit,
Funding
one, then that's the other.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
Yes.
Yeah, so the funding agencies can get the permission of, and what happens and what happened, well, it's happening to a couple of people who are, who have gotten fed loans.
See, there's the other one.
And suddenly they discovered they should have gone through a 106 process, that's what happened to.
That's the other one.
Vanilla Pass Brewery. Because it was a Fed loan or a Fed funding. But yes, we need a little letter from them saying, this is, funded by X, and we need your opinion as a certified local government, because we can't say, yes, the town should sign off on this. That's the
Well-
town's job.
Would we be looking at the entire project?
I think just 124 and 25 are all that we're looking at,
Well,
because that's only in our area. The rest are over by Idaho Springs and Gilpin County.
yeah, they're not in
Sure.
our area at all. I mean, it's hard for us.
They're not asking us to sign off on the permit, they're asking you to do a section 106 review of the mine closure projects for the mines that are in the area. I will try to find the funding agency, but like I said, they forgot about us and they're coming back to us now pretty late in the project, and I
Yes,
forced her to move on this pretty quickly because I needed it for the packet to get it into you, and she probably rushed it a little bit, so.
okay, but I would say that, one of what they're saying is that, what they're saying is they're gonna be very careful with them anyway, you know, that's. They do very well with their historic mine closures. I mean, they're the ones who they've done. I think we're at 58 sites on Republican Mountain and Silver Plum. And they're really good about their.
Those are good.
Historic mines, they grade them.
The culvert one though that's on here is not good, Ken.
What?
The culvert style where they put the culvert in there and then backfill rock around it and spray foam.
Is that? Is
One
that-
of 124 is the culvert style.
Huh,
125 is the grape, which does look good.
I mean, the summary of recommendations, they talk about 60 historical period. Mining features on private lands. Are associated with the project. And they have, they got other, what's our jurisdiction for 106? Just the National Historic Landmark District?
yes,
So that's the limits of our,
yes,
if it's within that, within those boundaries.
yes.
Will that be something we want them to identify to us, which properties are inside the National Historic Landmark District?
I think
I
they,
think she
that,
indicates in the letter. Also, the government, the federal office is the US Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement, OSMRE.
well, then they know they need 106 things.
They do know, which is why they were proceeding with this project, and OSMRE was like, whoa, you need to talk to the town of Georgetown first. And they're scheduled for construction on April 20th.
Where are you finding which site is which?
Where am I finding that? I looked it up online.
Yes, but I mean, How
Because
did,
I was able to go to the bid docs online and find the exact coordinates of them and then find that on Google Earth, and then I went up there and took pictures.
oh, okay, that's.
That's how I found them.
That's how you found them. That is around.
Cause I wanted to, well, I wanted to see if I had been to them before, and I'd been to one of them, not the other ones.
So where are they?
Up there.
Up there, if you go the notch loop and instead of going up the steep part, go to the left of it and then up around to whatever that one is that still has road.
Wait, I'm on the Notch Trail,
Uh-huh, not the notch loop though.
not on the Notch Loop,
Uh-huh,
okay,
and then instead of going to the right, when you go up notch loop, go to the left.
you go to west,
And then go to the third switchback and then it's just up a little bit above that.
okay, that one, okay, that doesn't surprise me, cause we've been identifying stuff up along the Notch Trail to Jeremy,
Mhm.
because some of them are a real hazard.
Right, this is not on the notch trail though.
No, this is off to the side.
It's way off to the side.
On that secondary thing that goes out there.
Yeah,
Okay, I've sort of got where it is. And can you tell which one are they, you said they are foaming, one of them?
yeah. The one that's got a pile of rocks in front of it, so it's just a little opening going down into the ground.
And what are they doing with it?
Putting the 24-inch culvert in there and then putting rocks and foam around it. I'll show you, I got a picture.
Why would you put a culvert in there?
Well, it's cheaper. So it'll look like this when it's done, which that one is on the notch loop.
Oh, so it does have a grade on it.
Yeah. But it totally looks like a culvert and not a mine
I didn't
anymore.
have a way to secure the grade without doing that or something.
Well, that's cheaper.
So can bats still get through that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But that one, they destroyed the wood frame when they did that one. Cause that one had a wood frame around it until they built that in there.
That's why they put the culvert in there.
Mhm.
That seals up the porthole part.
Yeah, cause if you back up. That's what it looked like before they did it. So I don't think the culvert type's appropriate,
Yeah.
hmm,
cause that's what the before picture,
how'd you get a full picture?
cause I went up there before they did it. Cause this one I knew where it was.
Ah.
Yeah,
Well,
with the before, you can barely see it in the background. That one wasn't
Yeah.
actually unsafe, cause you don't go like 10 feet into it before you hit water.
Well, that's the unsafe part.
Well, this one
yeah,
go into water.
how big was that? I mean, what is this size from walking up? to
This
that?
one are the ones that are on our list.
No, that one,
That one, this one was like 5 feet.
yeah,
This is the one that's right above the cabin that's leaning over,
yep, okay, gotcha.
so it's now a culvert.
Huh.
Hmm.
And where's the other one? We don't know.
The two that are on our list today,
Yeah,
they're both right up in the same area.
okay, and that's one of them.
This one is not. This one's already done. I was just using that as an example of the culvert style.
Huh.
But I think the steel grate looks fine. Cause you can still tell it's a mine, it doesn't look like a drainage culvert.
So we haven't identified where these two are,
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, yes.
okay, and what they look like now?
This is the one that's getting the culvert. This one,
That's the one that's getting the culvert,
uh-huh,
or,
that's the one that will get the culvert based on the proposal.
and we know where this is.
Mhm.
And the culvert ends up being having a grate on it because of bats.
Yeah, it's got the
Another
6-inch
angles.
openings.
Ah. And the other one?
If you click on the, you have to use the little touchpad, click on it. And then you'll see it.
Right on the what?
Click on. And then the other one is that one.
And what are they doing to that?
That one will get the steel grade,
No culvert.
no culvert.
Yeah, cause I'm used to the steel, the steel brake fits right into the thing and it just keeps, keeps people.
That one, it's not easy to find, but totally open.
And totally open, yeah, and very dangerous.
Depends on how far you go.
Really excited.
Yeah.
Wanna see 'em?
Bring a turkey.
Okay, how do we wanna do this? Is that just
Those
when I'm
stages.
sure of who we are writing our letter to?
We want to see it.
You have the office, the letter is going to. Your determination, my understanding of that is that you're determining whether or not this project impacts the National Historic Landmark District.
Oh, I understand what we're determining, but I don't know who we're determining it to, because to send it to them,
Oh, that's in Martin.
we're sending it to the federal office.
Well, I'm gonna return it to Aaron Mortensen, but if you'd like to include a letter to be written to the federal office, you can do that, but I'm gonna email it to the mine claim or whatever the office.
They're DRMS,
Yes.
dreams.
Great.
Why don't we not worry about where it's gonna go? Go to the appropriate place eventually.
Yeah,
Why don't we just determine whether there's any, whether we would foresee any impacts, adverse impacts. Yep. We can determine that.
I think the culvert's not those.
I mean, doing nothing is a safety impact. Yeah. So,
Yes.
That means somebody has to find
so
it.
we will do it favor, we would support.
We absolutely support the closures, so the preferred method is still great, the culvert method should be used as little as possible.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. That's where we were
We're
coming,
sending,
Yes.
but yeah, because I think we also send our opinion to the state historic preservation officer, because that's who's ringing the bell on the federal agency, that's who ultimately handles the 106. So we send it to both.
all right.
Okay.
And I think you could. I don't know who down there is doing these days, Joe Saldivar. At the State Historic Preservation Office.
You want to
Do this by motion, since we don't have any other paperwork.
Yeah, yes, I think we can. But somehow we have to write this down, this little letter.
You want to say that you have a preference, that you support the project, that you have a preference for a grate over the culvert?
We're very much in favor of the great, the culvert should be on very limited use as they are visually
There's.
an anomaly. In the landscape, no, don't
There
say that.
might be somewhere that happens.
Oh, exactly, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, the culvert use should be as
Only when absolutely required.
only when absolutely required.
There.
And this one they tore the wood frame down.
Because of their visual impact on the landscape, they sort of jump out at you.
It looks like a drainage culvert, not a mine.
What?
It looks like a drainage
Drainage
culvert
culvert, right.
and not a mine.
It doesn't look.
Susan, if you got something.
Yeah.
To read back.
I'm good. So support the closures. Prefer grade method rather than a culvert, as they should be used as little as possible, only when absolutely required, as it is a bad visual impact.
As it has, not a bad, take the word bad out of it. As.
this has.
Adverse or.
Negative.
Adverse.
It is not in the historic context of the area too. So it looks like a drainage culvert.
Yes, yes. As it appears to be a drainage culvert.
Mhm.
And why we have a drainage culvert in the middle of no place. Yeah, here I am, drain.
Okay, do we need a motion then?
I move that we, have the town send a letter back to the appropriate, federal and state agencies. Indicating that we've done a 106 review on the properties within the National Historic Landmark District. That are part of what's called,
Under is that specifically,
the Ponderosa Project.
specifically CCC 124, CCC 125. Because that's the two that they.
We fully support the safety aspects of the project. However, in support of the use of grid to seal off mines. And whatever we said about the culvert,
And culverts only when necessary, or. not
because of
culverts.
the adverse
I don't even think,
visual impact.
I don't think the culvert would be
Culvert.
necessary.
Will you a second?
I'll say that first.
All in favor?
But
Aye.
you have to repeat it back.
So here's.
Doing this letter and who's signing it?
Are you doing the
I
letter?
will write the letter, I will send it to all of you for review before I send it back to you.
One of them.
Okay, and yeah, John, maybe you should sign it.
I'll sign it if he's. Text me is always better. By email. Okay. Did we know with that? And now we need to recommend Keith Cossack to be a full member of the DRC. Is that something that we recommend to the?
Board of Selectmen has to, you know, I mean, I know we voted the other night to make him a member, but
Yeah.
actually the Board of Selectmen is the only one who can really make him a member, so.
That's really
I
hard
would
because
move that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen that they make Keith Cossack a regular member of this commission.
I'll second it.
all in favor. Aye.
Just a point of clarification, you'll be assuming the term of Betsy, so I'll let you know when you're supposed to resubmit your letter of intent.
Yeah.
I didn't sell my house and move my piano in.
Move your piano.
Yes, my piano is in, so I am in.
Yay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, and then, however, before we turn the page, minutes, has anybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
Skips the revision of the existing review process. Joan, do you wanna do that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
What do we do? Oh, this thing here.
Large projects review.
I thought. Okay, I thought we were in approving site plans. Before we were in approving elevation plans.
We sort of force Lakeview Flats to do this process, but we don't technically have the authority to do that, but they needed to do it because of the utility plan, so I want to formalize this, the Board of Selectmen has to approve this for it to go into code so that big projects know what they're getting into ahead of time.
Okay, but it isn't a code change.
It is the level of, or like the requirements do have to be approved by the Board of Selectmen. I should have cited it in this memo, but I did look it up, the process for this, and you can make recommendations. But the Board of Selectmen has to approve additional levels of review, so.
Okay,
And it's the fee schedule.
So this will cause a revision to the code section that deals with DRC?
No, it will change the applications and it will add an additional level for the fee schedule. And it will force certain projects to go through a different process. The process doesn't necessarily change in the code, but the Board of Selectmen has to approve the process.
Yeah, I'll do the fee schedule.
Yeah,
So what we're saying is that, all right, for the preliminary review, we need those three things. For the full certificate review, we need, but for a full certificate review, we need a final review of elevations, don't we?
It's everything that is currently required plus these additional.
Oh,
ones.
okay, all right,
Yes,
so these are additional.
Yeah, so basically the normal DRC stuff plus the utility plan
These are
and the
additional.
fire authority, so
Okay, okay.
we know it's going.
right. And this would only apply to multifamily complexes and commercial builds. So single family homes would
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
the same.
Yeah, and that's good, I think. I think that's very good.
Does somebody want to make a motion then?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
I move that that we endorse the recommendation to the Board of Selectmen for a new level of review for major projects as outlined in this April 9th memo.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Okay,
You want to do minutes before you go?
you can go ahead and do discussion items if you want, if people can come be looking at the minutes if they want to.
Say you want to do the CLG update?
Oh, yes, we didn't get it. We didn't get the CLG grant that we wrote for, CLG. I have a guideline grant. And actually, the more I thought about it, it was interesting though, because they sent us the 3 reviews and every one of the reviewers checked full funding, but they didn't fund it.
Well,
Which really sort of, you know, I mean, I thought,
if you said that's not how this
when she
works.
wrote me and said it wasn't funded, but I sent you the reviews. I opened the reviews and thinking, you know, okay, what went on here? And you know, every one of the reviews checked full funding, but what did go on here was a couple of things. One is that I was not clear enough, at least for one and maybe 1.5 of the 3 reviewers. They are used to the fact that CLGs only work with historic structures. They do not review everything, and we review everything. So in one of the guys, she said, why would we have a book 3? Well, they're just taking care of the historic structures that are in the Meadows area. Well, no. So the scope of what we do was apparently not clear enough. And so, yeah. Whatever. However, I then found myself looking at this thing and saying, this is impossible. This is impossible for a person who is totally new to this whole process. This is really,
Extremely overwhelming.
it's extremely overwhelming, yes. And so as I sat back and I thought about it, I thought, well, I'm sort of glad we didn't get this grant, because what this grant was going to do was help us remodel the car a little bit. And what I think we really need is a set of cliff notes. Does everybody know what I mean by cliff notes? I mean, where's the cheat sheet? Where's the thing that guides me through? And yes, there are things we need to fix in here that we hit one of them. We have a materials thing that says one place and a materials thing that says another thing, another place. I wrote little question marks on it. We should fix those things. But what we really need is what I call cliff notes. If you're the applicant, where are we directing you? What are we telling you? You wanna know how many times? And of course, I counted them in book 2, so this is a hidden question. How many times we define mass and scale?
Yes.
Oh, no, we define it
Book
every
two?
single character area we do it in,
Yeah.
so the repetitiveness of all of this. There is a way to tell somebody, if you're applying for a new house,
Mm-hmm.
these are the basic kinds of things we are going to look at.
Yeah.
And if you're applying for a minor project, and you know, we have on this list, and I like this list, in general, we have. Okay, these are the things for major projects you have to submit to us. These are things that are minor projects you have to submit to us. And we stick with these, but if you had a way to help guide people to the basic things they need to have looked at. And I know we're after some of the details, but I think there's a way to guide that. I'm not saying we give up these whole things, but these guidelines are to instruct us. And we're trying to figure out how to get the guy who just wants to change.
Take this and bring it into the 21st century so that you can go online, go in and say what kind of project you wanna do, and then it will guide you through the things you need to worry about for that project. Based on these guidelines, which are what we go by.
Yes,
I think if
and
there's
that's
a
what I
way to,
came away with, that, yeah, those are the cliff notes.
if you can condense all three books, so there's not three books. Because it's repeated in each book what the requirements are in that section, but a lot of it is the same. And all you have to do is have one book and a very clear definition or explanation in the beginning of where your property is and what pertains to you as far as, we don't have to call it book one, book two, or book three, but A, B, and C, or whatever. And as you go through and you look at mass and size, that applies to all the sections. And then if you go to something a little more specific, like, I don't know, roof shape, something, I can't even think off the top of my head, but it may only apply to section A for the historic district. So everything is listed once, and then it tells you
What the
whether that
difference is.
applies to which section that you're looking at. You know, so if book one is section A, and book two is section B, and book three is section C, then when you open it and you see guidelines for something and it'll say applies to A and B. And if you're in C, you can skip that part.
Yeah.
I mean, something like that, so you don't have to, yeah, cause there is triplicate of so many things.
Oh, yeah, it's very difficult to use.
And then it would be much easier to do kind of an index where sidewalks.
Well, if you had like your checklist.
Yeah.
That you go down for the project.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And we have to
Refer you to more, you want more details, go.
Yeah, section 14.
go here, because we're not gonna give up the here, and the here does need tuning up. I'm not saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
it doesn't need tuning up. I'm saying that the real goal was to make it more user friendly, and what we were actually asking for in that grant was not gonna make it more user friendly, it was going to perpetuate this. So it's strange, because after I sat here and thought for a minute and I ended up staring at this, I thought they were confused. And that's because I wasn't clear enough. But it's hard to make this clear. The other thing is that this is not upfront about, there's a difference between contributing structures and non-contributing structures. Question one on something should be, are you in a contributing structure?
Yeah,
Here's the list, go look it up,
Yes.
look up your address.
what's your area?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
here's this, are you a contributing structure? And somehow in this application, I think, it asks. In some of these applications, the other thing is the application form is different. If you do. Some of them have all this and some of them
Ken
don't.
Crosby has an old one, and I keep reminding him that he needs to use the new one.
Mhm.
Because, you know, and what character area you're in, and I'm not sure that matters. What matters is if you are a contributing structure or not a contributing structure. And that, there is a list of contributing structures and, because there are some
There are differences between, especially the historic district, like residential and everything else, like there are different rules for even the non-contributing.
Yes, I understand that, and that's why I wouldn't break it up, I wouldn't put it all into one, I would still leave the two areas. And that's what the Supreme Court all those 50 years ago told us we had to do. That if we're treating that area differently at all, then, and we are treating it differently. But I still think there's a way to look at the whole
Well,
thing.
if you break down requirements by what the attribute is, like windows, doors, roofing, siding, that, then you can make it clear, okay, if you're downtown here, wood windows or an approved alternative.
You do the reverse.
Down by the lake, we lessen that requirement some. But I mean, if you look at the requirements that way, in the national scale for building a new house and all that,
Yeah, there's certain basics.
the parameters that relate to what it is you're trying to do. Rather than where, starting out, where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are you a major project, are you a minor project? Are you, and if you're a major project, this is the kind, this is what defines a major project, this is what defines a minor project. And we actually have done that pretty successfully on this film, and because the minor projects don't need to worry about massive scale and all of those kinds of things, because they're not in that, and so you send them to read their section of the guidelines, and they're reading all kinds of stuff that doesn't. And we find Sean did it tonight, in a remote corner of the world that says, oh, this.
I
Yeah,
always try
those
to
are all
section.
things for things you
They don't
need,
need to read the whole.
Yeah.
You're building it on,
Like
what's
this
it
is
look like?
retaining walls.
That
Let's
kind of
read
stuff.
that.
Yeah, windows.
Yeah, this is, yes, exactly, I think we need to regroup. Is what I think we need to seriously do, and actually, I think that's gonna be, at some levels, a whole lot easier than trying to tackle the minutia of this, you really. I mean,
It gets to be a lot. We need something for porches, so we need porches in book 2, we need porches in book 3, and decks, and then we don't have railings, and then we don't have, so all the little things that.
yeah, we have a couple of universals that if we're doing a major project, landscaping matters, drainage matters. And be real clear what our definition, but our definition of major project is pretty good,
Yeah, I question major projects and minor projects with the square footage.
yes, okay.
Because the shed I brought in at the last meeting, that was considered a major project, because it does not require a permit though. So how does that fall into a major project if you don't need a permit?
What do you mean you don't need a permit? You don't need a
Building.
permit.
Building permits are only required for structures of 120 square feet or more.
Or if they're smaller than that, if they have utilities, like electric or water or anything else.
And some things like windows require building permits, so. But a shed that's 120 square feet with none of those things does not need a building.
Right.
Yes, but
And
I think we ought
a
to
minor
stick.
project is 50 square feet, anything over 50 square feet is a major project. I don't know, that one kind of baffled me a little
Yeah,
bit.
square footage probably is not the right thing to.
No,
It may be one of the things between major and minor.
and I never
Every
noticed
once in a
it
while,
until I did this application.
Every once in a while I budget over it,
Oh, sure,
but it works pretty well for most things.
yes, it does, because you. Anyway, those were my thoughts after our,
Yeah, good thing.
the fair grant application, I thought might be actually a gift.
Well, even if we'd gotten it, we'd start thinking, well, how do we wanna do this, and.
Well, we have
Yeah.
town budget. To
Yeah.
do some of that.
Yeah, yes, but I think to really rethink it, gonna take a little bit of time, but let's try to put an outline.
Get somebody that could go through
Some of that,
put all that
budget-
into a computer.
some of that budget though is with the grants incorporated as a revenue source,
Yes.
so.
It is.
So we should look and see,
Well, it's easy to put it in a computer.
well, then, then how do you reorganize? You know,
Copy
put it-
paste.
So you're volunteering to do this?
It's easy.
Just gotta.
If
figure out
it's
what the
okay, I would like
documents
to propose at the next meeting, just an outline of how I would recommend the book be reorganized.
Sure.
And then you guys can tell me what you think about that.
Okay.
I can't commit to doing the whole book, I don't think I have time for that, but I can do a structure, an outline for how I think the book should be organized.
Okay.
And then you guys can look at it next meeting.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know that we can,
Are we talking about reorganizing the book, or are we talking about creating
I thought it was just.
an online document or online thing that would guide a person through the elements that are needed for their project, depending on what their project is?
Then that's checklist, basically.
Yeah,
yeah, because I think that's.
because that's, I mean, reorganize the book, I mean, we still have a pile of paper here. It's just formatted differently, I don't think that gets us where we wanna go, we wanna get to something that's a lot easier to use and guides the person through.
But you're not talking so much about reorganizing and making a new book, it's reorganizing it for when we can have something downloadable or
I think the
online.
first step is figuring out how we wanna organize it.
Mhm.
I have some ideas about the kinds of software we can implement to make it easier for people to navigate. I think people are always gonna have questions. This book, like however we format it, whatever space we put it in, is gonna be difficult for people to understand and navigate because it's big, there's a lot of things in there. But I have some ideas about it, but I think step one is to organize it reorganize the book in a more concise way that's easier for people to navigate. And then we can find out, like, can we put this in a checklist where it pops open with the stuff they need? Can we put it in something like Muni Code, which is where our municipal code lives, where you can drill down into things that make it a little easier. Even Muni Code's a little tough, but there's some options. There's also, Express Bill Pay is proposing, or we've asked them to, they have a form builder, so if you say I need a DRC permit, and then you go in and say, I'm doing Windows, it can generate information and additional things that we require for that. That would be a pretty massive project for a house, but there are online tools that are good at this kind of stuff. Also, I haven't made up my mind about how deeply I want us to get into the AI world, but agentic AI can read this kind of stuff and help people navigate it. And that's getting better all the time, so long term, it would be something you want to invest in.
Well, I think you're in the right direction, because I think that's what I envisioned, is something where you get online and say, okay, I wanna add a dormer to my house.
What do I need?
What do I, what things do I need to be considering in this? And then it'll start asking you questions, you fill out the information, and it'll say, well, okay, look at this is important, this is important.
The other thing is, I'm curious as to how some other folks do it. Now, we have some towns that are doing this kind of level of design review that are big budget outfits.
Yeah.
I mean, how does Aspen do it? I mean, you're kind of applying for it because they do design review, but I think there's maybe only for historic structures, so we need somebody who does townwide like we do, that may be Lake City, but it'd be interesting to have some idea about how the others handle their guidelines. Cause they all have them.
Yeah, are they online?
I don't know, but that is called sitting around.
I mean, that'd be the first thing, if they're not online, we probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, you see, because I still, my head still is that what goes online, is not everything that's in here.
Right.
Because if it's everything that's in here, we have just created a quagmire online for somebody. That we are really giving them the footnotes online. These are the basic things that you need, and some of these details are us rather than them. That, you know,
I like the idea of having windows, doors, decks, dormers.
yeah. This
All
is,
the
this you go.
pieces, I mean, they're all gonna be the same, except if you may be in a different part of town, then there's a little difference here, a little difference there.
And
That'd be
you
easy to
have all
find.
that. I mean, I think we're approached from. Is what, and yes, we have character areas, which worked for us for a while. There is a definite difference between the historic zone and the new zone. And I think so, which zone are you in is sort of a number one question. Because all of those things may. But even for somebody being instantly able to do that is, you know.
People really don't know. I pretty much just always have to tell them. So
Is that map not online anywhere?
it is online.
It's hard to
Okay.
It's hard to read, it's hard to
Alright.
read. People don't know about it, so even, you know, they just give me the form.
And the character area map is, much too, it's lousy.
It's very.
It's very difficult, yes, low quality.
We did one from
I'll show you a
Even if
picture
it's
of their
really
desk.
big.
I got one.
What happened to that? I've got one of those.
Yes. Yeah, that would work. Plug in your address and it will tell you where you are.
Mhm.
Yep, it'll tell you what the history of your property.
Fairly easy to do.
Yeah,
And if you're a contributing structure.
Yeah.
Yes, it will tell you all that. You know, that you could
that would be useful.
that could be a package that you, and then you know, all right, I wanna go to this or this or the next.
Brent, you don't happen to have an original Excel sheet of the contributing, non-contributing list, do you? Will you email that to me?
Sure.
That'd be really great. I just have the PDF, which is annoying, so.
Yeah, this thing. But this thing is all structures, contributing or not.
Mhm.
I mean,
But that, I was, someplace that exists and
yeah,
it's a spreadsheet.
this in his
I
world.
just have the like spreadsheet that was printed and then scanned, and it's not.
Not
Yeah,
real usable.
yeah,
Well, I just, you know, I
Well,
have to
I
just
think-
manually scan it, which isn't terrible, but would be nice to be able to clean it up a little bit, and
So
reformat it,
nice.
let it be searchable and.
Yes.
yeah,
And if we had a that, it would be not super difficult for people to type in their address and it would auto-populate some information about it, so.
yeah, because even if we make that available to folks, you know, if that's step one. To making that kind of thing available, it would, you know, while we're still working on the whole rest of it, that would be extremely helpful for folks. You know, check out your address, it will give you a couple of basic things about where you are. And, but these are contributing, non-contributing only, well, no, you've got
It's everything.
It's
everything.
yeah,
It's all.
Everything.
Everything.
there's occasionally one thing, but.
Probably doesn't have to do stuff.
Yeah, we probably built a couple houses since we've done.
Well, yeah, the copy in my book has been in there for 24 years. So,
A lot of stuff like Meadows,
yeah.
it's just Meadows, it doesn't break it down by address, none of them are contributing, so it's like Meadows, not contributing. So most of the new stuff is over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think this does the meadow, so any.
The new stuff on Biddle. I haven't had to. They haven't come to DRC yet, they're so new, so.
Well, what did,
Okay, but I
That
think
fits.
this is,
Yeah, there was a
this is what we need to do.
If we get started, then we can figure out what needs to be populated in
Yeah.
the new thing.
right,
Okay,
All right,
so
so
we wanna
step,
move on? to
Yeah.
another thing, or- What?
so step one is going to be,
I'm gonna propose a structure to you. You can tell me if you like, it. It'll be basically what Bob mentioned. And then. I think there's probably a way to get all of the info from the book and enter that into there. Again, I don't wanna commit to that project, but once we have the structure, we can give it to someone and say, hey,
This is what we want to try to do,
yeah,
yes. Which would make more sense, but the information about everybody's property is a companion piece to that, it's
Mhm.
not that piece. So we also ought to think about how the companion piece goes, because for people to be able to do that online is really handy.
there's a really handy phone number you can call that connects, and then there's an I, not an AI, just an I that answers, and they answer questions about product, but. It's just me.
Do we need to have a workshop meeting or something about the changes that we want
Yes.
before we do this final?
Yeah,
Well,
we can get started, get organized, and yes, then
And then
we
you
do have
make
to have
sure
a
we get out the
workshop,
new-
amongst us on things that take a quick road to the books, which I don't think is gonna happen until May sometime.
In terms of
May.
those kinds of things, one of the things was, is this something we're gonna open up to the public? You Give public feedback on what things should be,
You should,
Really?
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we should, I mean, that's one of the takeaways I had from the City and Places Conference.
It will
Is
be a,
that so much of this stuff seems to be done in little rooms with people, and they don't get any public input, and then things stay that way for centuries. That's how all the federal stuff.
Well, could it be an agenda item on one of these meetings then?
It could be, you could be, we could have a reserve a half an hour work session or something. That would be available to the public input.
You know,
we are doing the comprehensive plan this year, so. You know, there will be opportunities perhaps to tag along some of that.
And there'll be certain trial things, you know, we've set this up online and put out in the newsletter, we've set this up online that you can figure out whether your property is contributing or not. Please use it and give us feedback, so we know whether you're thinking this works. And so,
Yeah, I was talking about changes to. Materials, whatever, whatever we're gonna change in the book. For guidelines.
I don't know.
Let people give comment, Joan,
Yeah.
because they still get to.
Because I don't want somebody to come in and say, well, I wanted vinyl windows, and they wouldn't let me do it, and I.
We don't have to agree to it.
Okay, so it's just a gripe session.
We have a reason.
Well, I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah, I know, but everything has a reason. I'm not being
Well,
argumentative.
but we've evolved from flat out, you shall use wooden windows downtown here, period, end of discussion. To, no, we're open to other materials now that are workable.
Well, yeah, because there are new materials.
Right.
Materials, yeah.
Fencing is another thing, decking is another, I mean,
You
there's.
might get people that come in and gripe, but I think you'll also get people that have real interest in evolving some of the things.
Yeah, okay.
I want an apron.
No.
I think it's important that. It's on the record that the town in updating guidelines. Has done it through a public process.
yes.
I agree.
Yes.
We are a government body, so.
Okay, let's move on here.
Bighorn Crossing is working on the park. You may have seen them over there with the skid steer doing dirt work. That's the thing that's happening.
Hey, I'm not kidding about telling Creighton to think about his scattered rock. And the reason that I'm serious about that is I tripped on a scattered rock
No,
in a parking lot here, which is why I have this stripe down my face.
in our parking lot?
No, it was behind it, but what had happened is there was enough snow
Yeah.
that I couldn't see the rock.
Mhm.
And so, this season, is anybody gonna really have a problem? No, but if
Yes.
the scattered rock is really not a good idea, just safety wise. And, yeah. So I arrived at the post office with mud all over my face,
Oh, gosh.
and they had to rescue me.
No,
But what happened was there
You
were
don't see it.
some clumps of
Yeah.
asphalt, but it was a rock.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
dog was going out of clip and so was I. So we both
And
went
they
flying.
didn't they come back and say, what happened?
Yeah,
I don't have any updates for you, but we should circle back to the mini grants. I think that's something that we probably wanna have an idea about by the summer. That's when people wanna be doing projects.
what can we do to help this?
Right.
So let's try to be friends.
Mhm.
And come up with something.
Code enforcement, we just signed a contract, we had a meeting with them, they're gonna be coming up. One of the things that we requested is that they do a dark sky compliance run at night, so they'll be doing at least one of those. But they'll be up every other week for a day to do code enforcement,
Is
so
that safer?
safe bill, yes. So if you know,
They still looking for an office here in town?
yes, they are still looking for an office in town. I have not talked to them.
Chance.
Did you make a suggestion
No, not yet.
that I had to you?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I just have not actually talked, Dennis just got back.
Yep.
This more, no, today's Thursday, yesterday morning, so. And he's been trying to catch up, so. The gazebo. Like I told you last time, we're gonna be talking about that. Dennis is gonna do an update to the Board of Selectmen, including your comments and also the Parks Commission comments on the gazebo. The Parks Commission was like, we agree with the DRC, but also we'd like you to consider an accessibility ramp onto the platform, so that was their notes. And,
The bands want it to be bigger.
oh, really?
The guys who still play in the band that are running.
Dennis is
It
current.
And they wanna give you a respect. Yes.
The cowboy, the cowboy dance fine.
We're down that.
Yeah, we're playing once a year.
Right.
Dennis is gonna have, I believe, Tom Peterson do a mock-up for a gazebo. We'll put that in front of the board and let them discuss it, if they want changes or whatever, and then that will probably come back to you guys before it's built, but that's the current process, so we are planning on just stabilizing, fixing for the band to support the show.
Tim said he would do a quick drawing of how he could put it together, so somebody might check with him and see if he's done it.
Okay. Yeah, he's not great at checking in, so
Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying, somebody check with him to see if he's,
I had to track him on the road the other day to get him.
yeah, well, that's. I do.
Shouldn't we see it before the Board of Selectmen approve it?
No, because they're going to be directing the overall style. You guys get to approve what they want to do, yes or no, but you guys,
Okay.
you said your comments.
Okay,
We have the roof types that you like, so, but the Board of Selectmen ultimately gets to decide what town facilities.
We're gonna put a different hat.
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be, because we're sort of tied into the structure,
Mhm.
because the base ties us into the decagon and it ties us into where the posts are gonna be.
Right,
So, and it's gonna have a railing, so.
This shouldn't be that hard.
It should not be that hard.
Yeah.
it should be that,
It's a puzzle that you need to just put back together.
Yeah.
Crazy Horse stuff is still happening. And then the other thing that I was gonna tell you about was. You're gonna be seeing a special use amendments to code come before you, because it comes to you first. What your job is for that is to say, this impacts the historic use of this area, yes or no?
Mhm.
And then that goes to the planning commission to discuss further, so. So you'll see that, I don't know if it'll be the next meeting, but probably the meeting after that.
Can I make a suggestion on that ramp
Which ramp?
for the gazebo?
Over the gazebo.
Sure.
I'd do a wraparound.
I would go straight ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they.
Yes, yeah.
To a straight.
I can just see, government job.
Yeah.
No, everyone's thinking they're after it. So
Yes.
we're all-
It's skateboard down that.
Sled even. Yeah.
The Parks Commission is working on a signage plan that will also come to you for approval. So they're not quite done with that yet, but you'll see that this year, so. And that's for all of the parks to have like consistent signs that say, this is what this park is called, here's some information about it, so. Yes, I think that's it.
Now we have minutes.
February ones are already approved, so.
Okay. Yes, Mark.
On the March one, under Paul and Kim Penick, second line down behind the village, behind the house.
Yeah, behind the host.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Somebody actually read 'em.
I caught that, in emails, everyone about it, you should put it on that email, that I mixed up the minutes there. So I did email everybody the March 24th minutes, but I did not print them, so.
I had March 12th.
I was wondering on
February 26th.
Stefan Anson. If it should be exposed aggregate concrete driveway. Instead of just aggregate concrete driveway.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's like the ones.
It's the only one.
Anything else?
Have we ever done anything about Two Houses patio? Did that ever get finished?
Who's patio?
Soon House. 1434 Marion Street.
Oh, yes, I missed a couple of minutes, because I was.
Yeah, and that's way back. But
Did you want people?
we did not pass that because we couldn't tell really where it was from the diagrams and, I don't know whatever happened to that. So if we could follow up with
I
it.
don't have the paperwork communicated to me. Jumping out.
You don't have paperwork from what?
It's the meetings that I won't miss for. This might have some stats.
Yeah, because I think that was even back in January, and I just wondered if it ever.
Okay, any more changes?
Have you heard anything on Excel's desire to come to meet with the ERC?
Can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Yes.
Oh,
I move we accept the minutes for March 12th with the changes.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, about to come back to you, funny, but. Sounds like nobody read them, today, no,
Well, I think I did, but I can't tell you if I. So,
Is Excel coming for a meeting
For,
on the hydro project?
on the hydro project, what was the sign?
One of them was there.
Yeah, what they're after is the meeting was in common, yeah, and the, on the consideration of the future of the power house as their, final, as they go into trying to do their final.
I thought there was something that needed to come to the ERC for.
303 times.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Have to go back now, let's go back.
Yeah.
What's he doing underneath here?
Well, so far he can't find a way to get in our sewer line.
You know what?
Okay, are we adjourned?
Yes. We'll adjourn. I didn't know if you guys would put anything
No,
on that.
no.
Okay, we'll adjourn.
We're discussing our Excel stuff.
Good job.
Yeah. He tried, he's in there apathetic. Tried to very ordered things.
Redesigning his house.